Lock's eyes are a staple of the series. You know the saying, eyes being the window to the soul and all? Well, that couldn't be more true about the Blue Lock series. This is because in Blue Lock, the different styles of eyes shown within the series typically all have some unique meaning behind them. This allows for us as readers to get an idea as to the state of mind of the players to help enjoy the series more. But throughout Blue Lock's nearly 300 total chapters, the amount of eye designs that have shown up may be hard to keep up with. So thankfully in this video, I'll be going through every example of a unique eye design within a character's vision and explaining what this unique style means for the character. I'll do my best to address every single unique design, but if I miss one, I do apologize. Before getting into the video, I want to leave a spoiler warning for the current chapters of the Blue Lock manga, and if you are not caught up, I would suggest clicking off this video now if you wish to not be spoiled. I also have a Discord server called the New Egoist Geeks, which you should totally join. The link to that is down below. Now, the first style of eye that I can think of is actually one that's pretty common in any point of the series, that being the aura eyes. The aura eyes are simply just a focus on the character's eyes when the aura is flaring around them. This design can be conjoined with another kind of eye, seen with it appearing in conjunction with other designs in numerous points of the series. While the aura itself is more tied to their ego, you can pretty much interpret this eye design as symbolizing the characters being fired up and excited to play. I could explain more about the characters' auras themselves, but I'd suggest you go check out this video where I break down the characters and their aura manifestations. Now, the next type of eye that I want to talk about is actually also technically the first kind of eye we see in this series, that being the egoist eyes. The egoist eyes are these spirally squiggle designs that we see within the eyes of players, typically shown during an awakening or during intense moments of play at earlier points in the series. They usually appear during moments of intense concentration, or to put it more simply, when a character locks the fuck in. We see this eye design appear when Isagi hits Bachata's pass in the game of tag, where both Isagi and Bachata had the eye design. It appears in both of the characters' eyes again when they lock in during the match against Team X. We see it appear when Nagi attempts to intercept Isagi in the Team V match. We see it when Kunigami scored during the Wave Rush Assault in the same game. The bottom line is that we see this eye design appear frequently in the beginning points of the series, and it isn't exclusive to a single character. Despite the origins of this design, we begin to see the eye design appear less and less as we progress through the series as the players develop, eventually adopting a new design in their eye in place of the original egoist eyes. Now, this doesn't mean that the egoist eyes are gone permanently, as we do see them appear in more current points of the series, such as Isagi reacting to Kaiser's Magnus goal, or when the two players are talking big to each other. Unlike other vision styles, this eye may not grant a unique ability, but that doesn't mean to say that it doesn't look just as cool. The next type of eye to talk about is the darkening of the white part of the eye, that being the black sclera. Now, while what I'm about to say is technically a theory, it does seem to be accurate to the cases in which this eye design appears. Throughout the moments of the series where we begin to see the black sclera appear, we begin to see the egoist eyes appear less and less. This eye design appears to be similar to the flow state eyes, which I'll be mentioning later in the video, but to a more basic degree. It feels almost like a pre-evolution, where once you hit the next level of your growth, it'll evolve into the next version of the eye. But the bottom line is that this eye design is pretty much identical to the egoist eyes or the flow state eyes in terms of purpose. A player will typically appear with the black sclera when entering an immense state of concentration, a trance if you will. Examples of this are seen with Bachata and Barō in the second selection when they undergo their awakening, as well as Isagi in the third selection. Now, the other counterpart to the black sclera is one of total opposite visual design, that being the whiteout eyes. Now, the whiteout eyes are typically shown on the character where their pupils aren't drawn, showing their eyes to be completely whited out. As for why this design is labeled as the counterpart to the black sclera, mostly comes from the point in where we see the whiteout eyes appear. A core example is Isagi after breaking into the U20 defensive box after receiving a pass from Nagi. We see in the manga that while Isagi's eyes are whited out on his character, when we get a closer look, we see the black sclera appear in its place. I typically will view this design as just a style choice to highlight the shading or the aura of a character, but if you want to consider this design to be a unique eye design, it's pretty much just a counterpart to the black sclera like I already mentioned. Now, it only seems fitting that we talk about this eye design next since I just kind of mentioned it, so let's talk about the flow state eyes. Flow state eyes are shown a little later in the series, with them beginning to appear during the U20 match and then continuing to appear in the current arc, the NEL. This is seen with players like Yukimiya, Shido, Isagi, and Hiyori all awakening this vision style. The design appears to have these scratchy looking lines forming the shape of the eye. Now, the flow state eye pattern typically adopts the style of the eye that the current user has if they are using another vision ability, such as Predator Eye or Metavision, as we see with Barō and Isagi. Now, like the egoist eyes and the black sclera, this vision style appears when the user fully enters flow, which is Blue Lock's equivalent to the zone like in Kuroko's basket. Now, remember how I mentioned that the black sclera and the egoist eyes were pretty much pre-evolutions to to the flow state eyes? Well, that's technically confirmed by the shot in the anime with Isagi's logo, where we see the black sclera transition to the standard flow state eyes that I'm discussing now. We also confirm this by Ego talking about Isagi entering flow back in the third selection, where we see Isagi's eyes have the black sclera as opposed to the normal flow state eyes. Now next up we have the most iconic eye design in all of BLUELOCK arguably, that being Metavision. Metavision is essentially BLUELOCK's superpower equivalent of the football skill known as scanning. By using the peripherals of your eyes as well as head rotation, you're able to visually input the movements of all the players and the ball during a game. And with the power of a high functioning and quick processing brain, the user is able to create a prediction of the next key moment of the game. This allows for the user to see these things called meta points, which are typically the weakest or most dangerous space on the pitch. This space is one that a Metavision user should intend to try and move into to stop the current play, or achieve the most realistic goal. Another benefit to the ability is assistance with passing, as midfielders can view the perfect spot to pass to with this vision style, allowing for them to know exactly where to kick to. Now, Metavision from its appearance looks like this grid-like radar design within the eye. And while there are people who have some different variations, such as Isagi's Metavision, Ryo's Metavision, and what even people believe to be Charles' unique Metavision, they all essentially do the same thing. Now, while this hasn't been confirmed, it seems pretty likely that Metavision is exclusive to those of the talented learner classification. This comes from the mindset that talented learners embody, that being total rationality. Because of this though, it fails to comprehend the plays that form themselves through irrationality or illogical means. This makes them very vulnerable to players like Bado, Rain, and Shido, who are all really hard to predict or understand at the peaks of their plays. But after talking about the logical vision and Metavision, we should talk about its counterpart in the series, that being Predator Eye. This unique style's eye design is that of a predatory cat, where the pupil of the eye becomes a slit. Predator Eye, being the exact opposite of Metavision, works by narrowing a player's vision rather than expanding it. This comes from Predator Eye's requirement of restriction to activate, whether it be pressure from another player or just general hyperfixation, or in the case of Yukimiya, if you're just fucking blind. In instances of Predator Eye being used, it's more specialized to work in situations of 1v1 matchups rather than team link-ups and coordinated plays like that with Metavision. This can allow for the user to focus on the goalkeeper to notice when their timing is off, but also allow for them to view shot courses that others may not be able to see. In the case of the newest Predator Eye user in Rain, he subconsciously awakened the ability after hyperfixating on Kaiser and Isagi's coordination. So despite what a lot of people believe to be true, Predator Eye can be used defensively. It's not just limited to offensive or striker plays. Now the next style of eye that I want to talk about is one that's been heavily headcanoned by the community, that being Analytical Vision. Analytical Vision is an eye design that currently belongs to 3 characters in the series who all play different positions on the pitch, being Loki, Karasu, and Lorenzo. As of now, this eye design really doesn't have a description as to what it can do, if it can do anything at all. But many people assume that it works similarly to Metavision, observing the most critical spots on the field. This was justified through Karasu's style of targeting the weakest player, along with Lorenzo, who targets the strongest player or the ace. However, now it's likely that this eye design really doesn't grant any kind of ability, same with Karasu awakening Metavision in the later stages of the PXG game. So all in all, we really don't know what it does. Now the next design to talk about is one that is called Berserker Vision. Now like Analytical Vision, Berserker Vision doesn't really have any canon sources as to what it can provide the user with, if it can even give the user an ability at all. Berserker Vision is the unique eye pattern of Itoshi Rin when he enters his flow state. This eye design looks almost like a whirlpool, with these lines appearing within the eye itself, which look like a whirlpool pulling towards the center of the eye. So far, all we know about this design is that it is an indicator for Rain's true flow state. We see from Rain's flow state that he acts more destructive in nature, causing his plays to become irrational, inefficient, but very powerful and effective. Rain, while in flow, actively focuses on a single goal and pushes towards that goal, doing everything possible to get there, which could be what this eye pattern is signifying. Everything else is discarded on the path towards Rain's goal, in the same way that a whirlpool drags everything towards its center. It was actually theorized a while ago that Berserker Vision was actually a unique style design to Predator Eye, in the same way that Isagi had a unique eye design for his Metavision, but with Rain now awakening Predator Eye for real, we know that it's unlikely to be true. However, we do know that both eye designs have yet to be present at the same time, so it could be possible that these Berserker Eyes do something special, or they just could be something flashy to indicate Rain's enter his destroyer mode. I don't know. Next up though, we have an eye design that's only appeared in one character in the series, that being my goat Chigiri Hyoma. This eye design being the sniper scope. Now like the name suggests, this eye design appears to be that of a sniper scope or a target covering the entirety of the eye. We see this design appear in the third stage of Chigiri's 44 Panther Snipe formula, whereby focusing on the perfect area to score from, Chigiri can effectively perform his instant goal scoring technique. And many people believe that this eye design was actually a hint towards Predator Eye as well, as we see players with Predator Eye envision a similar target during a play when activating this ability. But I just don't believe that to be the case. We've seen this target appear from other players who are not currently using Predator Eye, or even those who we know are unlikely to awaken Predator Eye. And with Predator Eye being introduced to us in series not 5 chapters later, it seems weird that this would be introduced to us just before Predator Eye was, if they're intended to be the same thing. Plus, with the factor of restriction and with Chigiri being a freedom type of player, I don't think that this eye design is anything like Predator Eye. It's just a sniper scope to show focus and concentration on one specific spot of the net, but it definitely isn't Predator Eye. Next up though, we have a vision style that I actually did mention previously when relating to another style, that being Charles's unique Metavision design. Now the reason I'm making a whole separate section for this ability on its own is because I don't believe that this is actually Charles's unique Metavision design, or rather a whole new eye ability entirely. There's a lot of evidence pointing towards this being an entirely new eye design as opposed to a custom Metavision design. The unique sound effects that Charles uses when activating the ability being different than Metavision, the unique design to the style looking nothing like other special Metavision designs, and the fact that Charles has already been shown to have the standard Metavision design. So then what exactly could it be? Well, from what I theorize, this eye design appears to have some kind of relation to passing or ball trajectory. And there are two different moments where we see this eye design appear in Charles's eyes. The first is when he's sending a pass, and the other is when he's intercepting a pass. And because of this, it allows me to give a theory as to what this eye design actually does. This vision style allows for the user to visualize the trajectory of a pass nearly perfectly, even before kicking the ball. This allows for the player to be able to adjust their pass speed, spin, and location even before they kick the ball. This would explain why Charles is not only able to hit insane passes such as the Rabona cross with immaculate precision, but also send passes through spots that would normally be impossible to shoot through, as seen when he shot through both Ness and Kaiser's legs. This speculation is supported by Ness's dialogue, where even he admits that they eliminated the passing route by 99%. This implies that Charles could see the 1% passing route that would allow for Charles to shoot through their legs. It would also explain why Charles was able to make such a sudden interception, as he could view the trajectory of a pass to make a quick and rapid block before it could reach Isagi. You can agree or disagree with my theory here, but I believe it does make a lot of sense. And the last eye design to talk about is what I have coined as omnivision. Now you'll likely hear other terms like super metavision or hypervision or metabrain, but you could really call it whatever the hell you want because this vision ability doesn't even have a canon name. Omnivision is this puzzle piece like design which expands from the eye itself, branching out towards the cheekbones and face of the user. The outer design of the eye adjusts to its appearance to adopt the puzzle pieces themselves, resulting in them glowing. Now the only current user of Omnivision is, you guessed it, Yoichi Isagi, who awakened this eye design in the match against PXG. We really don't have a lot to go off of, but it's highly speculated that Omnivision is really Isagi's true ego and his true flow state. This is highlighted a lot through not only Isagi's dialogue, but also in his actions, competing and pretty much mirroring Rin's Destroyer mode in their face-offs. This ability seems to act as the evolved form of Metavision, allowing for Isagi to predict the unpredictable, and rather than understanding logical plays, he can comprehend illogical plays as well. I know that I already plugged a video already, but if you're interested in learning more about Omnivision and my theory on the ability, go check out this video where I break down the design and what I think it does. Or maybe wait, because I could probably make another video on it in the future. The bottom line is that this ability is just Isagi's true flow state and true ego manifested in the same way that Rin has Destroyer mode. It allows for Isagi to pursue total rationality by competing against those of total irrationality. And with that, those were all of the unique vision styles within the BLUELOCK series. If I happen to miss one of the unique eye designs, I apologize, but I really can't do anything about that now. But aside from that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video and will continue to enjoy it in the future. I also just want to say thank you so much to all of my members of the channel who help support me and my content. And if you want to earn some awesome benefits like they do and even get your name mentioned in the BLUELOCK New World movie, become a member yourself and help support me moving forward. And just a final reminder to join my Discord server if you're interested in getting more involved with our community. As for the question of the video though, which eye design in BLUELOCK is your favorite and why? Leave me your thoughts down below in the comment section. And like always, thank you all for watching, like and subscribe to see more awesome BLUELOCK content just like this.